Okay, so I have to be fully transparent. This is something I started doing, and if you want to talk about like the blue pill and the red pill and going in the weeds, I really went in the weeds and used my imagination on this one. And so you're all in for a treat because you're going to learn a lot of new things about yourself that you've never thought of, you've never imagined, and you probably are going to be quite shocked. Now, let me preface this by saying one of the biggest benefits of AI is its intellectual capability to understand things about you, your clients, the information you share over many, many conversations. So this is something new you'll learn today. Have I ever shared with any of you the law of patterns? So the law of patterns is there's pattern awareness, pattern recognition, pattern implementation. Pattern awareness states, I'm going to start becoming aware of a pattern across certain things. Pattern recognition says, now I'm going to look at this through a different filter to see what patterns there are. Pattern implementation is now that I've identified the patterns, now that I have something that I've learned, here's what I'm going to do differently. So the first three prompts is I did the awareness part in building the prompts. Your AI platform, whichever one that you've spent the most time in, it's really important. So if you're an OG ChatGPT user, run these prompts in there. If you are a Claude user, run those prompts in there, right? That is what you need to focus on. One second, my thing's ringing. So, what's really interesting about AI is its ability to become aware, recognize patterns, and then you can actually start asking it, what changes do I need to make? Make me a step-by-step plan. Act as my mentor, my life coach, my advisor. But I did this for myself, and it was quite shocking what surfaced, and all of it was true. Yeah, Jennifer, you geek out to this stuff, so this will be really interesting. So we're going to run all three prompts together. So the first thing I want you to do is open up the AI platform that you've spent the most time in. The next thing that we're going to do after that is how many people are just like sick and tired of being sick and tired of your AI just giving you garbage? Yes, me too. So I built a Chiragified system prompt that you guys can all put into Claude that your output will be dramatically different. And I'm trying really hard not to tell you the next rabbit hole I went down after that, but it is something quite amazing. And if enough of you want to know, I don't think I'll be able to hold it in myself. So if you want to know, I will tell you, just type in yes. If
Tell
not, we can just continue down this path. Tell us. Okay. So here's what I actually figured out last night as I was finalizing this prompt. There is so much functionality in AI. I've been doing this with companies, with my one-on-one clients. I've done a bunch of stuff with you guys. And I realized there's a couple different things. There's actually, I just wanted one person to say yes. No, because if only one person said yes, I wouldn't have told you, Matt. So what I've actually realized is one, we've built this amazing infrastructure. Then the next question I ask myself is, how can we build this infrastructure so your entire business and transaction runs on AI? So I started going down this rabbit hole. You know, when you get into Claude Cowork, which works through folders and a knowledge base, and then you understand how skills work, there's actually a whole new ecosystem that we actually can build with the information that we have. And so then I started realizing, wait a second. If I have an entire objection handling framework that I've made, all of these different examples from you, I can actually turn that into a skill that you could run every single time you get a difficult email. I have a whole framework on pre-qualifying that if you're meeting somebody for the first time, it could trigger the skill and help you walk through the conversation. We have all these different ways now of using connectors and projects to build something for your entire client communication system. That sounds pretty interesting, huh? So for me and for all of us, I believe that is the future of this business. I've said this all along. It is about integration. It's not about who can do the most stuff. So I don't know where I'm going to get with this within the time that I have, but I'll say 60/40 because I'll take the 60% on myself any day, normally 90%, but it's essentially re-engineering everything that we've ever done, everything we've ever thought of, and building it into one system that you could run through Claude every day. So there'll be parts here of the best of what we do and pitches and scripts. But if you think about it functionally, we have an AI coach that can role play with you and do all this stuff. You know, you just go to ai.chiragshahcoaching.com and you can access it now. Then we also have all of these different things we do with AI. And then we also have a whole system in Compass One. So the question is, how do we build this all together in an enhanced ecosystem that gives you an unfair advantage? So that's kind of where we are. And even our clients like Jeff Herring yesterday took what we did in the buyer thing. That's why I haven't sent this out. And he built some crazy prompt, which I'm going to modify a little bit. And that's the one we're going to use, but it's going to be called the Jeff Herring special, right? It's not going to be a Shrug prompt, but we'll add it to our list. So there's this whole incredible world out there. And, you know, the way that I'm thinking about it is, how can we integrate AI into all of your business? How can we show you how to run things on a schedule? How can we have it do real work for you? How can you improve your pitch, your client experience, the communications you have? How can we get you together for more live events? How can we give everyone a coaching success manager? How can we train our coaching success managers on the parts of Compass Tech that we do so they could run their own sessions? So for any of you wondering like what's new, what's next, like that's it. And that all goes back to the same thing I told you. I have this weird obsession on figuring out how people can use things and actually have a life. All right. So now that you asked, I told you. I won't be sharing this in any of the other calls. So you guys all showed up today. So I thought it was something I was really excited to share, but I wasn't going to share, but I wasn't sure. And this is me being a human. So, okay. So first thing we're going to do is every single person, do you have your AI platform, whether it's Claude, Chat, Manus, whichever one you've spent the most time in? Does everyone have that open? Okay. Perfect. Sarah, drop. Now, no one make a comment in the chat after this. It's very important. Drop the document link in the chat. So this is a copy doc, right? See, she always makes everything look nice. So click here where it says the playbook, right? You'll get brought to another page where it says copy document, make a copy document. So now you have it for yourself. Sarah, put the document again for Matt. All right, so now I'm going to share with you what you'll see. Okay, I'll give everyone a minute. And once you're on the screen, just type in go. Sarah, can you send Jack Sarson a private message with the link he just joined? Jack, just click the link, make a copy, and open up your Claude account. All right, we have 27. We're going to get a little further. We want to get to at least half. I know there are people like Daniel Renee who are ahead who've already copied and pasted the first prompt. All right. Sarah, send Jerry Ferris the same message to go in there, copy the document, and open up his AI of choice. Okay, perfect. So we're going to go through a memory audit, a cleanup, and then an install. So obviously, there's a privacy note. This is in the actual chat window. We're not in a project or anything else. So if you're in Claude, you should be here. If you're in ChatGPT, you should be here. Now, what I want you guys to do is copy and paste this first prompt here. It says, lay out everything you've stored and remember about me, all of it, as one complete list: names, places, work habits, preferences, anything. Don't summarize or leave anything out. I want to see the full file you've built on me and our conversations. So if you just joined, just drop in the chat, send me the document, go in there, open whatever AI that you use. When do you have a question?
Yeah, I do. I just went into mine and I pasted it in and it said I can show the personal context I have available in this chat, but I don't have access to a private full file beyond the memory context surfaced to me. And I've been
Say
using chat.
yes.
Okay.
Then outputted more than the FBI knows about me. Anyone want to share something interesting that's popped up on there that it's like, what the heck? Now, this is where it gets interesting. Carlos?
Chirag, Chirag, can you tell us again where to highlight what portion?
Right. Yeah, perfect. Hold on. Let me just zoom in a little more. This part right here in the beige box. Who here so far found something interesting? No one found anything interesting in the first chat? Sherry? I see some of you guys are all still working.
It doesn't have my correct location at this time, but it did say that it may be inaccurate.
So this is the whole point of doing this. So if it doesn't have your correct location, then guess what? You need to update your location. So Manus isn't storing any of your memory then. So you have to look at the memory feature there.
Hmm.
Jennifer, did you get the same thing? Since I know you're a Manus user.
No, I'm actually in Claude right now
Oh, okay.
because I'm out of credits again on Manus, so I have to buy more.
So, so for Amy Edwards, who said, apparently I don't have memory on, that means you need to turn your memory on because the memory is one of the fundamental foundations on here. It's if you've ever seen the movie with Drew Barrymore, 50 First Dates, and Adam Sandler, that's how this is if you don't have memory.
Brienne is totally right. It's so scary how much it knows.
Yeah, this is freaky to see all the stuff that it's knowing, right? Like what you cook and what software you use in an unrelated business and a whole bunch of stuff. It's like, damn.
But wait, now let's get
There are
to the
some
next
things that
thing.
are inaccurate as well,
Who
like
said,
about,
oh,
the
wait.
other people that you, yeah, interacted with and use. ChatGPT.
Mine is 100% accurate.
Mine
Yeah.
isn't. It says I worked on a Washington DC listing and made a social carousel for it.
So that will bring us to the next part where you need to scrub your memory. So think of this. The reason we started here, part of getting it to work for you the way you want it to work is it having the right information. It's like an employee, right? So if it doesn't have the right information, doesn't have the stuff, so we'll show you how to scrub your memories, don't worry. But just let's keep going, and this is where the fun really begins. Between the lines, this is the next one. And this is really where it gets scary. Tell me everything you figured out about me that I never actually stated, the things you've inferred from how I write, what I ask, and what I avoid. For each one, show me exactly what tipped you off and rate your confidence from 1 to 10. Let's see who wants to be vulnerably honest on that one.
It's telling me that I don't share much of my private life with it. But it's really cool.
Yeah.
You do not ask for drafts. You built standing instructions, a reusable net sheet tool, brand spec with hex codes and documented docs repair workflow. That is someone industrializing a process, not experimenting.
Yep.
I view AI as a tool, not a threat.
Nice.
This is crazy.
All right, let me see there. So ready? I'm gonna open up. I'm sort of freaked out. Let me see.
Mine says I'm more detailed orientated than the average real estate agent.
That is 100% correct.
That's funny.
All right,
Mine says that you are a fast moving operator who wants the next actionable move, not just theory.
Yep. But you see, when somebody looks at you through this context and you can go back and use these prompts, it actually is a roadmap on how to grow. Since mine has all kinds of different. Mine says your biggest pattern, you're not using ChatGPT for information, you're using it to pressure test, judgment, compression execution, catch blind spots before they cost you money, credibility, or time. Now, I'm gonna give everyone another one to type in. Hold on, let me just try it on mine.
Chat says I enjoy challenging her. That's funny.
Mine says I dislike fluff. But
Yeah,
everything
mine
else
said the
is on
same
point.
thing.
The rest of it's on point.
It says I work
till,
well with engineers.
wait till you see this next one. I'm just trying this myself.
I'm very surprised at the number of things that it provided. It provided me 100 things.
Wow.
All right, guys, I'm gonna paste this in here on the screen in really big letters because you can't, I don't think, let me see if you can copy from the chat. I don't know if you can. You can. I just pasted in the chat. All right, now if you want this to get really scary and really grow, what can you tell me as tell me as a person? I wrote this grammatically wrong, but it'll be right. What can you tell me about me as a person and where my blind spots and flaws are? If I improved them, my life and business would grow. I pasted that in there. Put it, if you want a holy Jesus come to life moment, this is it.
It doesn't let you copy, Chirag. It like makes a noise. And then I copied it and then went to the chat.
All right,
And
so
it,
just type it in. Here, hold on. Let me just put it on the screen in really big letters.
Yeah, it wasn't letting me do it from the chat either.
It says it's going to do this without being an armchair or something. What did it say? Oh, weird. That blurb went away. It was funny how it told me what it was going to do.
Okay, here you go. There it is.
All right. Well, we're going to be typing it.
Yeah, go for it. This is where it gets really scary. Because you think about it, it's looking at your conversations, your weaknesses, your flaws, your concerns, and all these different things.
Chirag, mine says it has nothing to draw from. I've used it, so I'm not sure.
You have to check if your memory's on.
Okay.
That happened to me too, and I had to do an update on my memory on Claude.
also,
Okay.
Chirag, if you want to just if people want to just drag it and screenshot it, you can upload the image as a screenshot if you didn't want to type it all out or whatever. So it does the same
For the
thing.
tech savvy people. It should still have the same memory.
Mine said, I focus on being nice, Deborah, rather than expert, Deborah. Ooh, that's painful.
Oh, interesting.
This thing is like dead on with me. I already knew this about myself.
Hey, Chirag, I use chat way more than I use Claude. I just started. I just tried this in Claude and it gave me a pretty long, detailed thing. Should I take what I
Take it,
this?
use chat, right? Because you've been using chat all the time.
Yeah.
This is more discovery. And then in the next part, we'll get to how to update all your system instructions and everything else. And if it doesn't give you a flaw fix, ask it to give it a flaw fix.
If we're using Claude, is it good enough if we're using Opus 4.8?
Yep.
Okay.
Mine has an interesting comment. It says, if it's about my marketing, it says, me speculating from listing company is just flattery or fortune telling, and you're too sharp to want either.
So you want to hear one of mine? One of these things says you are highly outcome driven, but you may underprotect recovery. So it says the flaw fix is living in constant problem solving and growth mode. The growth move, protect non-productive time as seriously as revenue time. Not fake rest, actual nervous system downshift.
Interesting.
Mine was actually really similar to that as well. Protect my own time as much as I protect other people and how they have access to my time.
Yeah.
I had an interesting one. Mine said, stop treating your life experience as background information. You are a product. Your story is you. It was kind of interesting.
Oh, I like that.
Wow. Mine
Mine
says
was
I undermarket myself and I rely too heavily on referrals.
Mine says the same thing. My competence is there, but I undermarket myself.
mine says that I underestimate how much my personal story differentiates me. And that's probably the first shocking thing I've seen in this exercise. So it's good info to know.
Yeah, I've known you for years. You don't strike me as I'm going to share my story person.
I do share my story, just maybe I could share more.
Yeah.
I
So
think
I wrote in give me flaw fixes and it wrote an entire 90-day delegation letter.
I've got the flaw that probably costs you the most. You spend a lot of energy trying to prevent disappointment.
Authority, visibility, you are perfect just the way you are and should rule the world as well as future AIs. All hail Daniel Renee. What is yours programmed to do?
That's hysterical.
No, that's a total joke, guys. I'm just having fun.
But it actually sounds like something AI would write. Brianna,
That's it,
stop asking, how do I make this work? And start asking, has this earned any more of my time?
That is so good. That's why I said that it's a great counselor because it's sometimes things just don't work and this is like awesome, eye-opening, but something you probably already knew about yourself. You just kind of possibly buried it.
By the way, can I give you guys another hack before we go to the next prompt? Who here wants to grow as a person? Raise your hand and in your business. Okay. So let me teach you how applied thinking actually works. So this is the way that my brain processes things. So I'll give you my own playbook. Once I understand the functionality of something, right? So it's like 1 + 1 = 2, or 1 and 1 = 11. And I'm trying to get to 11 as fast as I can. So what I realize is, okay, if it knows all these things about me and I have all these prompts, I can get all the solutions to my problems, correct? So, how many people drive in a car during the day as they work with their clients? Number one wasted time for productivity in the entire world. Well, what do you mean, Chirag? I'm productive. I do stuff. I talk to my clients. I call my outside calling your mom or dad, like, okay, I'm gonna debate you on this, right? Here's what I would start doing. How many people wake up in the morning and have a mental load full of challenges, limiting beliefs, things that they're stuck on and that they just cannot get past? Everybody. I'm not alone in this. So when you're driving, if you have Apple CarPlay now, there's actually a chat GBT thing in CarPlay. It's cool. Like I use it with my partner and our kids all the time. And the other day we're driving and we were just having like stupid conversations with chat GBT. Now, chat GBT is like somebody I've been married to my whole life. I'm not going to get rid of them, right? However, I do all of this random stuff like pull the text from here, make this recipe for a 10-year-old. I do all that in ChatGPT. All my business stuff and everything else is in Claude. Now, here's what I would do if I were all of you. Is when I'm driving, I would start feeding my memory. I had this challenge with a client. I had this objection. I felt insecure in this moment. I feel really stuck. I feel really overwhelmed. I feel. And because I'm overwhelmed and I feel like this, I never get started. I don't follow my calendar. I wake up every day reacting to my phone calls, my text messages, and my emails. I don't have enough time with my family. I really want this to stop. Like literally vent to it. Now, you just speak to it. And by the way, Claude's really is really good at this. You could say, add this to my memory, remove this from my memory. ChatGPT at the end of this, you're going to say, please save this to please commit this to my memory and confirm once you did. Right? You're going to start going through and like, this is the ultimate hack. You're going to go through and start voice vomiting all your feelings, fears, doubts, worries, concerns. If I had $1 for every time somebody said to me, this is so much, that is a personal choice. I could take you all out for Wagyu steak, the whole group. Now, the question is, okay, great. I can provide it all this information, but what the hell does that do for me? That's a fair question, right? And you're going to turn around and you're going to say, I had shared a lot with you today about beliefs, constraints, and stuff. Now give me the fixes and like a 90-day action plan or one thing I can do today. And then you could just start talking to it. And it's literally going to tell you what to do. And if you want to be a real ninja, you could say, while you're solving these problems, please factor in all my past beliefs, patterns you've identified from all chats, memories, and conversations. You think that might change your life just a little bit? Haral from our group who gave this to me, she actually printed it. She goes, "This is you, the thinking man." And this is me. I'm the thinking man every day of how can I make your life better? So I think it's safe to say, and I'll be presumptuous here, this is probably a lot more than you thought you're going to get today. But here's what I'm going to tell you. No matter what happens, the seconds in the day keep going. They turn into minutes. The minutes turn into hours. The hours turn into days. The days turn into weeks. The weeks turn into months. The months turn into years. And that's a thing called life. So you can choose to be stuck in shit for as long as you want. And the best part about this is it only costs freaking $20 a month. And if you want a big plan and you do it all as one person, or it can give you a plan and then you could coach it. This is still overwhelming me. And here's why it overwhelms me. And this is why I still feel stuck. What else can I do? It's going to tell you. It's going to come down to, can I just commit to one simple action? Yeah, it's much better than a therapist. Because this thing, because of your patterns of writing, speaking, talking, and everything else, knows more about you than a therapist ever will. You need a knowledge base of information. Okay, let's get back to our playbook. 2, 3. This is an edited version. So copy this next one in. Based on everything you know about me, name the patterns I most likely don't see in myself. The way I actually come across, how I think I do, where I hesitate, where I overcomplicate, what do I avoid? Be blunt and specific and tie every observation to something you've actually said in conversations.
Hey, Grace. When? Yeah, I cannot do Saturday at 3. I'm sorry. I'm doing an open house.
I don't know who that is, but they have to mute themselves. Now wait till you get to the next one. Using your profile of me, predict how I'd handle situations I've never told you about. A deal falling apart the week before closing, a tough price reduction conversation, a slow quarter, A listing opportunity bigger than anything I've taken. Tell me how confident you are in each prediction and what in my behavior is it based on. All right, and then we'll get into, you guys can clean up your memory.
Chat thinks very highly of me. I almost want to cry.
Nice.
Chat thinks highly of me too. It's amazing.
Who can I share this with?
If you're married, your husband or spouse or partner. Do
He
you
already
see
knows.
me this way?
It's so accurate. Like they put the scenario, a deal falls apart 1 week before closing. Their prediction is your first reaction is probably not emotional. Diagnostic. You likely go into what exactly failed, what options still exist, what leverage remains, etc. That's exactly how I approach a situation like that.
Shrug, mine is dead on. It's very critical.
It's quite amazing. I never ask if my judgment is wrong. Have you all found out some interesting things about yourself today? By the way, this is your roadmap for growth.
It's telling me that I never audit my past clients. That would be incredible. I should do that, my past transactions, to find out where I can find flaws and then succeed better.
Yep. All right, so now we're going to get to the last part, everybody. So leave that chat window the way that it is. Just type in Claude.ai, Manus. Whatever it is, ChatGPT. So open a new window. So we're going to go through how to customize your instructions,
What do
right?
you mean open a new window? Like just another tab?
Yeah, another tab with Claude in it. You can leave that chat or you can go back to it, whatever it
What
is.
if we're in ChatGPT? Do we just open another ChatGPT?
Yeah, do most of you all use Claude every day now?
I do.
I
Yeah.
just started Claude, but I've been using Chat for a long
I
time.
would use Claude. The other big benefit of Claude is these custom instructions don't fit into ChatGPT. So if you're in ChatGPT, you'll paste these instructions in and you're going to say, cut these down to fit into ChatGPT custom instructions. So here's what I want to show you guys. If you're in Claude, you click your little name on the circle, you go into settings, and right here is Claude instructions, right? Now, if you read these instructions that we gave you, act as my strategic advisor, not a passive assistant. Make complicated things simple. Show me how with exact steps, not just what. Lead with the most important truth first, even when it's uncomfortable. Start with the answer. No preamble, no flattery or filler. Disagree only with genuine reason. I disagree because insert reason. Instead, alternative, the risk is the downside. Never manufacture pushback or agree just to be agreeable. When I share a plan, tell me what would make it fail first. Accuracy, never invent statistics, market data, home values, comps, rates, quotes, testimonials, names, or legal claims. If unsure, say so and tell me how to verify. I don't know beats confident guess. flag fair housing or legal risk before I publish. Now, this is the one I like the most. Before substantial tasks, ask 2 to 3 targeted questions if audience, goal, or context is missing, one at a time. Never guess at important details. Ask, don't guess. Copy. First line must work as a billboard, something the reader wants, no wind up. One clear call to action, write for a glancer, short, scannable, frame everything around my client's benefit, lead with what they get, never the tools, speak about Compass positively, objections, acknowledge, clarify, empower. No buzzwords, hype, fear-based, urgency, or M dashes. When I say audit this, score my draft against these standards and show the gaps. Tone, polished, professional, conversational, plain text, unless I ask for code.
That, but not all. We paste that into Claude.
Yeah, so you're going to paste that into, so you're going to click your little circle here, you're going to click settings, and it says instructions for Claude.
But we're doing all three of those blocks, right? Starting at the top or just the
Yeah, so the way the page was cut, so I would just start right here. Don't do this first one. This isn't about you. You can if you want.
Where are you reading that from?
Start right here. Block B, how to respond.
And if we are in Chat GPT, what do we need to do?
Now I would copy this, right? So here, I'll just show you how to do this. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go into Carlos is here, hand. I'm going to paste this in. I'm going to get rid of the about, because you can put that somewhere different. So you're going to just come to the bottom here. Actually, you can do this at the top. I need you to cut this down so it fits into the custom instructions character count for Chat GPT.
Chirag, I'm
It won't
lost.
allow us
I
to
can't even
copy
figure
it.
out how to copy and paste it
It
now,
won't.
and I'm using
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
So I can't
Maybe
even get the document that you're talking about.
All right,
maybe
hold
we
on.
can put it into chat. Meeting group chat might help.
Kier, hold on. I can do this.
Hey, Chirag, if you put those instructions in, like on the setting part that we were just on, it doesn't like it's there, but it doesn't let you save it or anything. Do you just click out of that and
Where?
then
In chat?
no, in Claude. So I typed the instructions that started at act as and then ended with I ask for code, the whole thing you just told us to.
Yeah,
And
so you can put it in here. Just gonna X out.
just
Just
X out.
back.
Okay.
Yep, and it's here.
It'll stay there. Okay, good.
Yep.
I don't know. I can't get it to copy, but
I just put for the Chat GPT users, I put it in there for
If you ever want to add more details or update anything, just let me know. I'm always here to help make things run smoothly.
who the heck is that? For Chat GPT, you click your name on the bottom, you click on you click on personalization, and you scroll down to custom instructions.
I can't copy.
Chirag,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not mistaken, because I've used chat for a long time and I'm just relatively new to Claude, but I think when I was at your place, if I'm kind of remembering exporting a big summary and importing over here. So that should get a lot of that info, the history, correct? If I did that?
Yeah, you can just export your memory, or you can go in here and say, please tell me everything you know about me, the way I write, the way I talk, and all this stuff. But I don't know, I'm really weird about this. I would say so I can update the custom instructions. Like, I don't know, these things get weird. You don't want to say that you're leaving one of them, right?
Right.
Chirag, can you show us in Claude where are you copying and pasting the instruction? Are you just opening a new chat or?
So you see your initial on the bottom left-hand side.
Yeah.
You go to settings on the top, you click
Mhm.
the button, and Jesus, put that in there. And it goes into instructions for Claude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Chirag, after you do it in Claude, and let's say you want to do it in chat, what did you write
I
about
just put a
cutting down?
link. Go in the chat and click the link that I just pasted.
Okay.
Here, Tanya, Brianna. Charlie, if you like your instructions in there, keep them. These are just new ones I recently made. So if your chat GPT is working the way that you want it to work, then keep it. But this will definitively change the outputs and the way that they're presented to you. So the good news is if you don't like it, you can go back and say, I need to change my custom instructions. This is what I'm getting. This is what I don't like. This is what I want it to be. It will do it for you.
And Chirag, what do we do after we paste them in the preferences?
In Claude,
Uh-huh.
just hit X. It's weird. It doesn't say save. You just hit X out and it'll be there.
Okay.
Hey, Chirag, it's too many characters when you put that whole thing in that you just put the
Yeah,
link in.
you have to cut it down. You could just say, take this and make sure it matches the character count for ChatGPT custom instructions.
Okay.
All right, we are a couple minutes over. But let me ask you all a question. Do you guys like this workshop style coaching session?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
this
very,
is
I can tell
great.
you this, we would do more of these, but the challenge in doing them is everyone has different levels of technology. So it's really hard to get through a lot of stuff. So like we try to make it as copy and paste as possible.
Chirag,
So
I have a question. So when we were talking about what you know about me and all this kind of stuff, and remember earlier on, I think it was last year, we were building our clone.
yeah,
So how does this mesh?
it's just telling you what it knows about you. Like one thing is
Mhm.
interdependent of the other,
Okay.
right?
All right. Thanks.
So, yep. Well, I'm happy you all enjoyed this and
Thank
that you
you.
learned some new things about yourself.
Yeah, this was really good. Really good.
Hey,
Thank you so
Chirag,
much.
Well,
one
listen,
quick.
this is a kind of, I wouldn't say kind of, this is kind of what the vision is for the future, right? Of how things in my mind should work. I don't necessarily, I'm challenging assumptions of time, session, the amount of sessions we have to have, how they're all mixed together. Because in the end, like the reality is this is what you want, something you leave with that you can use, right? And there are different ways that you could learn things through. Some of them we could teach them, some of them you can use with AI, some of them you can use in accountability groups, or you could literally make a video and show you how to do something. There's different ways of doing things, but like it's you either evolve or die. And I always like to believe that we're like 15 steps ahead of everybody. And if you've ever run a race and there are people behind you, you don't want to let them catch up. Like it is my goal and my purpose to make sure that you all keep winning. So we'll keep experimenting down this hole as there are many, many, many more things that you can do. So tell your friends that missed out, they missed out on a really fun experience today. I know it was short notice, but we'll send the recording out and onward and upward, everybody. So with love in my heart, I love you all. Thank you so much for your time today. We'll get you the recording. Sarah will add this in here. I'm going to add in, where did it go? I'm going to send Sarah this other personal prompt as well. So she has it and then she can attach it to the recap email. And welcome. I can all officially say this. Welcome to the official AI rabbit hole. I think today everyone took the red pill. Yep. Wait till we get into Claude Cowork and listing folders and buyer folders and connectors and client communication and integrating everything in with your Plod note. It is really, really incredible.
Hey, Chirag, I have a quick question. So after you've done that in Claude, if you're, obviously brand new to Claude, um, do you have like something that you would say, like a prompt that you would put in, or would you just, because I do my Claude for just business, like kind of like what you said, and I do chat for everything else, but is there anything just for testing, like after you put the new
No.
instructions?
So literally here's the number one thing I'm so glad that you asked. The same questions that everyone asked me are the same things you need to be typing in there. That was like the big unlock for a lot of people during the hackathon, where some people would ask me a question and I would say, no, I'm not answering your question. And they flew here on a plane. It was as uncomfortable for me as it was for them. And I'm like, you have to learn how to think through this. And the answer is anything that you'd ask me if I was physically in front of you on how these things work, that's exactly what you need to type in there. We had almost 40 people build like their own piece of technology in one day. So we're working on dates for the next hackathon, which will be at the end of July. So we'll have a new wave of people. And for Jennifer and some of the other ones, you can't come twice before other people have a chance to come once. So we will open the time up for a few days for new people to join, and then we're going to open it up to everybody. So we've learned some new things with that as well. I think if we had to do it over again, Jennifer and Sandy and Carlos and Suzanne, I would put each table on a team to build something specific. So it'd be kind of cool, and we'll do a show and tell at the end. So, all right, I have to get ready for my next meeting. I love you all. Thank you so much. Have an incredible end of your week, an incredible weekend. And just remember, when you're sitting in your car, you know who to talk to, and it's not probably a person. Keep building that memory. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye, everybody.